Okay, so now let's look at our B flat line, okay? And we're gonna keep this pretty simple. The chords change twice as fast, right? Actually, 4 times as fast, right? So it's pretty quick. So let's voice a B flat here, B flat and open D, 2 and open, and then our 4th finger and 1st finger C, okay? And then we could go down, but that's bass territory. So let's get out. Let's get out of there. Right. We're already kind of there with our B flat. Let's go here, and even you could for your F chord use an open A above your 2, just like we did with the B flat and D, F and A. And then this is a great move. We're going to flip our A down underneath the F, inside that F chord. So it's still an F chord, it's just inverted, right? This is a first inversion F chord with the 3rd, the color tone, in the bass. And I'm calling this out really specifically because this motion is something we should know very well on our cello. And if you don't, that's fine, but like we're gonna learn it. So, because it loves to resolve up a half step to that perfect 5th on a B flat. Okay, that was F over A to a B flat power chord. It just happens that the vocal is on a D. See, so it makes this incredible chord. And even if it were a female singing, right? So we're going to take into consideration what register is the vocal in. I'm baritone, so it's in the cello range. It's why I swore for years that it couldn't be done. I couldn't sing with the cello because it was like stepping on each other so much. It took a lot of work to figure out how to make them complement. But a female vocalists, I swear, have a better time backing themselves up with cello than dudes. So anyway, right? Yeah, the first move. The prettiest face and the neatest hands. And the vocal on that F chord goes to a B flat. And you can decide whether you play the A on top. I would personally leave it out because I'm singing that exact B flat. Right, because vocally that's what I'm doing. So you're gonna get the A against the B flat right there. Whereas if a woman were singing an octave higher, or a dude with a really really high voice, right, you could get away with it a little better. Right, so these are things to really think about. What am I actually playing, and how does that interact with the vocal or the guitar or the other pitches that are sounding? So okay, this little middle section goes B flat chord to our C chord 4-1, to an F with an optional A over top, but flip that right away down underneath, and then right. Okay, I'm going to assume y'all got that. Now we're going to put our little chord skip chop in. Just twice. 2 skip chop patterns. Boom, skip chop, and a little tiny, right, boom, skip pop, and tiny down bow, and come back to a set to be ready for your C chord. So, right, and then, okay, this is very compact. Right, keep it small. Make sure you're breathing. Because you're like, I'm gonna get it. No, you can. Okay, let's take that a couple times slowly. 1, a 2, and 3, a 4, and. Again, go. Again, ready, go. Great. So that's a choppy version of this, right? It keeps it pretty light and upbeat. It could also be really great, because these chords are short, to vary up your part, because we bend choppy rhythmy, right? How about some long tones? The prettiest face and the neatest hands. Right? It's just half notes. Could be really wonderful. And then that's just a little turn. Yeah, you can work work that out, and it can be your own style of working that ornament. That could be sort of a classical ornament. I actually did an extra hammer on at the end. Or you could Celtic it up and make it more of a flick, right? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna actually recommend that one at least one time in our tune, right? So great. That actually gets us all of our material that we need, right? So I would suggest we don't do that big fancy G thing. Not every single time that we get into the G chord, because we're just going to get tired of it, right? So something more basic sometimes, right? Maybe every other time could be a very simple resolution of your G chord. Let it hang, yeah? Let's take a walk through that. I'm going to kind of very lightly chord through. Let's just get through one verse, okay? Back out to our interlude, and then we'll have to switch gears and we'll talk about harmonies, okay? But this really gets us a lot of material where we can back this up really nicely, whether we're alone with the vocal or with these guitars, right? We'll play it with the guitars, and actually, no, here's a cool idea. Okay, slight change of plans. We'll go through the second verse as well. I'm just gonna take the guitars out for the second verse, and we're just gonna hear the same thing we're doing, okay, with the click and the vocal. I'll stop playing and I'll let you go. So we get one rehearsal with guitars, and then I'll kill the guitars. It'll just kind of keep going, okay? Fun. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor.
I love the ground whereon she goes.
B flat.
I shall count my life as well begun when she and I shall be as one.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, giving you a little bit of bass underneath your accompaniment pattern just then. We could even do a little more of that in a little bit, just a few minutes, but great. Okay. Fun. There's a lot to absorb, y'all. I know that. And so I know this can feel like drinking from a fire hose, probably every time, but that's what replays are for. So we're going to talk about harmonies now. I think I might even have a slide for that. I don't know.
Black, black is the color of my